Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Nighthawk High Strangeness podcast channel. This is just going to be a short little episode here to discuss a few things that have been getting under my skin and getting under a lot of podcasters and investigators' skin, to say the least. Um, we have so much fakery going on and hoaxing going on that it's gotten to the point where it's terrible. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and give the statement that I always have to read before we go into the thick of things. So here we go. Copyright disclaimer: this channel may use some copyrighted material without specific authorization of the owner, but contends that it falls under the Fair Use Act, which is the Copyright Act of 1976. Nighthawk High Strangeness podcast channel and all the podcasts on the channel declare fair use of any and all content to be used for the sole purpose of informing you, the viewing family, of information for educational purposes, criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, research, parody, and general knowledge only. And don't forget the entertainment value. Section 17, subsection 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, otherwise known as the Fair Use Act. Okay, let me get that off of there. Okay, I know you all aren't used to seeing my mug on here on a Sunday night, so I'll keep it short. There have been a lot of things lately that a lot of us have been putting up with, a lot of strain on our theories and all that. And when you start seeing people posting things and claiming them to be real, or making false statements to people that are supposed to be at a certain place to see the event happen, kind of like the Miami Mall thing. Okay, now I investigated it and I found out that it was completely fake. Okay. Um, they're really the odd thing about it is they overkill with the response. But I saw a video of the juveniles fighting and all that, and there was gunplay. So obviously the overkill response is going to be because law enforcement is at their wits' end with all these mall shootings and school shootings, and you can't blame them. Okay, so they're going to do overkill. Um, but let's get into the young man that came forward and said him and his girl were at the mall, okay, and they saw these 10-foot tall shadow beings, jet black and all that. First off, you know the shadow figures that were seen were exactly that. They were shadows. Okay, there were shadows from the people walking in front of the police cars in the front of the mall area there. Um, and it's just getting to the point where we're having to deal with AI. We're having to deal with fake reports. We're having to deal with hoaxers. And I don't care if it's paranormal, cryptid, UFO related, alien related. It all is getting too old too quick. And I think everybody out there that is a legitimate investigator of the odd and unusual, and the mysterious, like myself, and I can think of a good dozen or so others, um, we're getting tired of it. I really do. You know, it's one thing to report seeing a UFO. It's another thing to elaborate or expand on it into the point where you saw an alien invasion. Okay, and we all know with dealing with the government and the military, we all heard of Project Bluebeam. Okay, we all know that it's going to happen eventually. That's how they control us. They control the masses by fear tactics. Okay, and obviously, you know, 90% of the population of the world are fearful of aliens. So good evening, Derek. Good to see you. Stephen, good to see you. Griff, good to see you. And Edna, good to see you. Um, yeah, and I investigated this Maryland or this Miami thing um, pretty thoroughly. I mean, I got down to the nitty gritty and chased down all kinds of stuff. And I'm sorry, but it was just completely falsified. Um, yeah, the cops did kind of overkill it, but that's to be expected nowadays with the way things are going. Okay. At least they didn't call out the National Guard, for God's sakes. Um, they're doing anything they can to make a mockery of the paranormal investigation field and the cryptid investigation field and all the mysterious sightings investigations. Okay. They're trying to make it a big fat joke. Okay, now to me, it's not a joke. To me, I grew up with this. Okay, I grew up with the black magic, and I grew up with the legends of Bigfoot and Dog Man and Bear Man and the Thunderbirds. I just I grew up with all that. You know, and all the weird stuff that I saw growing up in a haunted house and in a highly paranormally active charged property, kind of like Skinwalker Ranch, if you ask me. I mean, it's probably the closest thing I can compare it to. um, but we need to get a grip on some of these individuals that are coming in. They're coming into the groups on Facebook and and they're coming into the podcasts in the comment sections. And I'm all for free speech, okay? But there comes a point in time when free speech becomes to the point of it's almost harassing, okay? And that's one thing that's going on, and the one thing I will not tolerate. And I certainly won't tolerate it in the chat, okay? Um, Call me what you want, but if you don't like what's being said, turn the volume down and change the channel. I mean, that's about all I can say. I'm going to bring Eric on, and I'm going to get his 2 cents on it, and we're going to end it with that. I mean, it's ridiculous the way things are going. Okay, it's absolutely absurd, and until we get a way of proving that some of these so-called trail cam pics are fake, and some of these sightings are hoax. Like take the train thing, out in where was it? New Mexico, Arizona, where they saw Bigfoot walking, out and blended with the environment and all that. Yeah, that Bigfoot had bell bottoms. Okay. So anybody that couldn't see that and still tries to push it as being genuine, to me, needs to go back and re-educate yourself as an investigator. Okay. Um, I, for one, spotted that right away. Um, there's just so much going on right now, that we can't, we don't have the time to deal with the hoaxers and stuff. So we depend upon the people in our extended family in the chat to take care of that whole situation when we're doing the podcast and stuff. Okay. Um, we had some of us have moderators. I have a couple, but I just recently lost one, and he was a very dear friend. And so, um, that being said, we need to have some way to identify AI, to have some way to identify hoaxes. Maybe if we had some place where we could actually pull the files on whoever reports these things and see what kind of background they have and all that, some kind of central log where, like the BFRO has for their Bigfoot sightings, they have the report logs and stuff online. Maybe if some people would pull from a certain general area, or a general, format like that, it'd be a little bit more convincing and less having to try and figure out whether it's real or not. Okay. So I don't know. There's got to be a way to do this. And AI, I've said since the beginning, AI is going to be a big problem, and it is. It is. It's a very big problem. A lot of those pictures that
It
you
is.
see, the tall giants and stuff that are standing there with normal sized people around them, or the big horse or whatever, or big bear, you know, those are AI generated pictures. Those aren't real pictures of the past. Okay. Those are generated. All right. Through AI. Um, I deal a little bit with AI, but I deal more with the chat GPT than I do the visual. But Eric, I don't know if you can or not, but just I'm just trying to get it out here to where we can start filtering out all the hoaxers and the rhinos that are coming in and get infiltrating the groups online and all that, and making a mockery of it, basically, of a basic investigative field that has its own struggles already, with all the arguing and infighting lately. It's AI is going to be our complete downfall. So from this to Terminator, you know what I mean? It is. I don't know what you think about it, but and I don't know if you could have any ideas on how to correct the problems with the fakers and the hoaxers and the liars out there, but except have some
I'm,
kind of central reporting agency or something. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Really, it's going to be hard to monitor that kind of stuff. Like a lot of pictures I pull up when I do my lives, I'll tell you this could be AI or this is definitely AI. And part of it, I use it because, hey, it shows a good representation of kind of what I'm looking at, but, fake's fake. And as far as us trying to find every single fake one out there, man, I don't know if we can ever do that. I mean, there's so much out there.
Yeah.
And I am to the belief that it's purposely done that way to
Yeah.
hide what we're trying to get out. That's my
Yeah.
feelings. I could be wrong. That's my feelings. It's purposely put out there for that.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah. I,
brings
I, I agree. I agree. I agree.
so and I think Ed, why that's why it's going to be hard to get it monitored or whatever taken care of because of that factor right there that
Right.
it is put out there for that. So I
Right.
mean, I really don't know the way. I really don't.
Right. True. Well, I
I
think
mean,
I've
unless
come to the conclusion that unless I know the individual that reported the incident personally, or one of the people that I work with online here, like Ozzy Sue or Derek or somebody, refers the person to me, I don't think I'm going to announce it on the internet. I don't think I'm going to put it out there. Um, if I know for a fact, verbatim, that somebody that I trust, like Derek and Ozzy Sue and Aunt Edna and everybody out there, you all know who you are. You're the extended family. You're the Weirdo Warriors. If I get a report from somebody that was referred by one of those individuals, then I will report it. You know, but other than that, I think unless I can fact check it myself, which is very hard to do with AI, very hard,
mm-hmm,
and it's
yeah,
getting more difficult every day, because every day AI is getting smarter and smarter and smarter.
mm-hmm.
So, I
Well,
just, that's just the way I
even
feel.
even like with some of my stuff, the pictures I use, if it actually has a location on there, like two of them that I used tonight was from Norway, was pictures that was taken there in Norway. One of them was
Mhm.
taken in Iceland. Then yeah, I mean, I'll put that, or hey, yes, this is taken here because it can be verified. Some of them, I mean, it's just drawing. Some of them, I'm just like, look, I take this as like the Wendigo one episode I did with DA. I was like, I
Mhm.
lean this being towards being AI, but it's a good representation of what you're going to kind of see out there. So I put it out there. Hey, this is my feelings. This is AI. And DA was like, "Oh yeah, that's AI." I said, "Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at." And sometimes, I mean, and you're correct. It used to be you can look for little odd things, like little that
Mhm.
don't look right. Sometimes it's a finger, sometimes it's an
Shadowing or
eye.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that you can always, and now, and you're correct, it's getting so much better. Which I do use AI for my book covers because I just don't have $50 every time I write a book to pay somebody to create a book cover.
All
Do I
right.
use AI for that? Yes. Do I use AI for my editing? Yes. That's what I use AI for, which is great for that. But like you said a little bit ago, it's killing us when we're trying to do what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the truth out there. So, it could be Bill
Yep.
Gates or whoever else is coming up with this crap and putting it out there to wing people away from us, keep us dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Glades.
Anyways, I just wanted to put it out there that, the whole Miami thing that I investigated, um, I questioned it right away and I got into the thick of it as far as investigating it and putting
Mm-hmm.
the video through my process of analyzing it on the computer here and all that is I knew right then and there after I got done analyzing that it was fake, and I went online again and I reiterated that with everybody that's on my friends list and in Facebook and on YouTube. I put it out there. Everybody, you got to realize this is fake. No matter what the police response was, which was overkill, um,
Mm-hmm.
it was still fake. Okay, alls they saw as far as a shadow goes was the shadow from somebody walking in front of the headlights of the police cars outside the building, and that's where that video of that faint shadow comes from. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
um, the I saw the video of the fighting between the youths and stuff, and yes, you know, it was a little overkill with the police, but you know what? They were fighting pretty heavily and armed. So, of course you're going to have with all the recent shootings lately, you're going to have an overkill response from law enforcement or any agency for that matter. You
Mm-hmm.
can't blame them
Well,
for
yeah.
doing that. So, but I just wanted to put it out there, let everybody know that, you know, we're here to work as a cohesive group of individuals, okay, of people that have different skill sets, and if we can utilize that to the point where we are indefinitely linked and can honestly support one another, as far as backing each other's investigations up or whatnot, or the authenticity of something, um, then that's the way we need to go. But,
Mm-hmm.
as with anything, until we get some kind of a program where we can combat AI,
Yeah.
and finding out, AI making these fake pictures and stuff at people's requests, you know, until we get to that point, man, we're going to have it rough. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
not going to report anything until I'm sure that it's somebody that I know personally, or somebody that person sent to me to report it. Then I'll announce it. Okay, but until then, that's
Mm-hmm.
the way it's going to be. I'm just not gonna. So
Yeah.
you know, or until
Oh yeah.
somebody creates
It's
a program out there. So
And what's sad is it's not illegal for them to do that. So these, what is it they call it nowadays? Getting clout, I think is what it is.
yeah,
They're going to do all this because it's not legal, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get clout, and or they're trying to hide something.
yeah,
You
they're
know,
trolling. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
they're literally trolling to get their 5 seconds of fame. You know, to get their viral video. You know,
Yeah.
so
To
but
them, to them, it's funny.
right, exactly. And to me, it's not. So that's the thing. You know, that's the
No.
difference. Anyways, I just wanted to come on tonight briefly and just talk a little bit about that and get kind of clear the air, as to say, um, on some of the subject matter, because there's going to be some things that us as investigators and researchers aren't going to be able to 100% authenticate. Okay, and I, for one, don't want to report something that I don't believe is authentic, or
Mhm.
genuine in any way, shape, or form. Um,
Cut it out, guys.
your faith in your fellow man being honest is thrown out the window. So
Mhm.
you know, but
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, and it's sad. It's sad.
yeah,
You know.
that
Like every
being
time I
said,
do research. Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm,
Oh,
I'm
it's
just
like
looking at the
every
comments.
time I'm trying to do research nowadays. When I try to research something, there's so much fake stuff out there. It's hard to get anything real anymore. And what you could find a long time ago. Well, hell, I mean, even 4 years ago, what you can find, you can't find no more. There is so much fake crap out there, or people. I mean, now don't get me wrong. Is there photos out there that is authentic, but the scholars will tell you it's not. Yeah, I think they're paid to do that. But it's getting hard to even know what those are anymore because it's just this AI is ran rampant. It's AI is
Right,
like your cell phone, it's like your computer. It's a blessing and it's a curse at the same time. I mean, honestly,
right,
that's
exactly.
what it boils down to.
And this I agree with, to just try to ignore it. But when you get really good people to to uh to back these hoaxers, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not the people that are reporting the incidences. Well, take for instance, Third Phase of the Moon just today released their video on the Miami thing, and they you know they're saying, oh, it's real. Well, that's fine. I mean, but if they're willing to put their reputation on the line like that, then that's
Mm-hmm.
fine. That's fine with
Yeah,
me, but I'm not gonna say whether it's real or whether it's not. So
you know, and I agree. I'm a believer in a lot of stuff. That's why I do my show. That's why I'm on here with you. That's why I follow all these others. And people will get mad on me on some of these sites because I'll look at an image they got up and I'm on, man, that's paradola or that's a costume. And they're like, no, it ain't. It's real.
mhm,
Look at this. You can see right here that it ain't. Or if I'm kind of mixed, I'll be like, I kind of see this, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is this, but to me, because the way this looks is this, and it's sad.
yeah. Oh, there goes
Everything
the internet.
it's sad. It's just really really
Y-
sad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just wanted to come on tonight briefly and just kind of bring that topic to the front of the conversation and see what maybe we started something here. Maybe a bunch of us coming together and basically verifying some of the stuff with each other would be the best way to go, before
Yeah,
anybody announces it. So, but
yeah,
see. We'll see. I mean, trying to get two or three investigators to agree upon the same thing, maybe like two squirrels fighting over a nut. You know what I mean? I mean, it's literally
yeah,
that kind
and
of
that's the
of
problem with
atmosphere. So
yeah
go ahead.
with what we study, what we talk about. That is a problem. We can simple.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yep. I'm losing you. You're breaking up on me. Well,
Sucks.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyways,
am I?
I'm gonna
Oh,
call
sorry.
it. That's all right. I'm gonna call it for the night. It's been a long day. And like I said, hopefully just this short little conversation with everybody out there, Derek and Ozzy Sue and Scott and Edna and everybody out there, I trust you guys. If you want to, if you back somebody, with, and to report something to me, I'm going to bring it out and, we'll address it, So, we're still doing the investigations. We're just trying to be a little bit more selective on what we bring forward. So with that being said, love everybody in the chat. Thank you all very much for being here for this short one. But I just wanted to leave the weekend with saying that, I tell everybody question everything. And I mean it. Question everything, man. We're not weirdo warriors for the hell of it. We're weirdo warriors because we are weirdo warriors. We are the ones that investigate the weird and the unusual and the mysterious. We're the ones that do it. There's nobody else gonna do it except us. So and Edna, Derek, Ozzy Sue, Glades
Yeah.
Creatures, um, everybody, Scott, everybody in the chat, thank you all very much for being here. Like, heart, and share this out. And I will see you all next time
Oh yeah.
on Night Hawk My Strangeness.
Love you guys.